we're planning for a 25,000 seater capacity multi-purpose stadium. It's not only going to be for soccer, it will not only be for athletics. You're going to have a swimming pool there. We're going to have a velodrome. It's going to be one of the most modern football pitches we have, stadiums we have in Nigeria, because it's going to be FIFA compliant, it will be VAR compliant, it will be accessible for people with disabilities, So we're looking at a stadium that Bayelsans will obviously be proud about. Each time we talk about we already have a stadium, why should we build one? I keep asking, do we have a stadium? We have a sports complex. There's a difference between a sports complex and a stadium. The reason we can't host anything here is because we have a 4,000-seater sporting complex where in advanced climes you would see only such things in a primary school. I mean, we're talking about Bayelsa. This is the hub of sports right now in Nigeria. And to say that in 26, 27 odd years, we're still talking about a facility that was built by the military administration, and that's what we in this modern age should rely on is, in my view, a bit farcical. And I'm really glad and happy that His Excellency is very determined to ensure that this project, the stadium project, is completed before its tenure ends. His Excellency has given us 2 years to complete it. So our expectation is that, all things considered, it should be up and running in the next, within the next 36 months for sure, because we still have 3 years, but within 2 years, we hope to be able to accomplish it.
And where would it be situated?
It's going to be situated close to the ecumenical center, on the same side as the ecumenical center, just about 600 meters away from it. Yeah, on that part of town. We need to spread these kind of facilities all over town so that there is an even spread of facilities and people will be able to easily access it.
And for those who are worried, is that not a flood-prone area?
Is there anywhere that's not flood-prone in Bayelsa? We're living well under the sea level, but it's actually a pretty good land. I was there just yesterday, and there's not 1 inch of water there, so it says something about the place. Of course, there will always be sand filling. We'll have to sand fill to get it done, but I'm glad that clearing has started. We're hoping that before the end of this month, we'll be able to finish clearing the whole facility.
Oh, that's interesting. Who's the contractor handling this?
We don't have the contractor yet. We're giving out, the bid is on now, but we're going to give out the contracts at the end of this month. So we'll then know the contractor that will do it. But we're looking at someone that has the capacity, someone who, if necessary, will even be able to get the funding to start and get it completed within the period that has been allotted for us.
Okay, so we're looking at proper work to start probably by March, if the contract is awarded by the end of this month, following what the governor has said. Since clearing has started, that by March we'll see proper work starting.
Yes, definitely before the rainy season starts, work will start for the building of the project.
Okay, well, how much are we looking at?
Well, it will also still depend on the quotes that come with the different contractors. But of course, to build a facility of this nature, you are going to be looking into the tens, if not close to 100 billion naira. Okay. That's how far it will go. But if you look at it, we're doing roads here. We're spending hundreds of billions of naira building roads. So if you are going to look at a modern, up-to-date stadium, we need to spend the necessary resources to get what we expect and deserve in Bayelsa.
And for anyone who probably would ask, is that a priority? What would you respond to that person?
I think sports is a priority. I think healthy living is a priority. A lot of times we tend to say we have other priorities, but if we want to look at priorities, you go to the villages, they will tell you all of us need nets You know, that is a priority. You need to get nets for everybody in the village. Some will tell you we need fertilizers for the farming we are doing. If you even come to Yenagoa, the priorities for most people is I want government to give us food from morning till afternoon and evening every day. Those are the priorities. So priorities are everywhere, and you can't just because we have not finished doing one thing, neglect another. I see things like stadiums as, these buildings we build in a village. You are a prominent person, you need to have a house. But some people will tell you, this is not economically viable. You can't put 40, you are tying down 50 million to a house in the village. But do you know what that house means for the village? Probably that is the only story building in the whole village. So there are just so many other intangibles that we don't look at. Bayelsa State does not have one stadium. River State has about 3. Delta in Asaba alone has a couple of them, and then spread out over Delta State, mini stadiums and others have about 8. And we're still in Bayelsa, one of the most prosperous sporting states in the country. We're talking about that a stadium is not a priority. The professional wrestlers, what do you call them? WWE. I have a lot of friends there. Each time they want to come to Africa and they are thinking about Nigeria, they will call me to ask if there is a place they can come to in Bayelsa to come set up their tents. We don't have. You are a living witness to the concert, the Timaya Day concert we just had.
Yeah.
The stadium could not accommodate Timaya. We had over 16,000 people inside and another 16,000 outside. So you must have a place that is capable of accommodating a resurgent crowd such as the one we have in Bayelsa. And for young men and women who want to get into sports, we're a state that is looking at maybe hosting the Super Eagles one day, maybe hosting. What if we are now hosting an Africa Games or something in Nigeria and they are spreading it to other states? Why shouldn't Bayelsa say we need these sports? Yes, one of the venues should be in Yenagoa. We don't have that now, but I do think that we're ripe for it. And this is, in my view, a priority for Bayelsa.